What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy, back with Hometown Commander Rick for another episode of Thursday Night Brawl. Sure, we play Brawl on Thursday night. Today we are playing Tawnos the Toymaker in Historic Brawl, and I'm very excited for this one. Tawnos is a 3/5 Human Artificer for 5. Whenever you cast a beast or bird spell, you copy it, except the copy is an artifact in addition to its other type, and the copy becomes a token. I think Tawnos is really cool because we get to copy things like Craterhoof and Elgar Gargaroth and Thragtusk and a lot of these big creatures. But the other really cool thing about Tawnos is almost all of the mutate creatures are beasts, so we get to copy those as well. And I think that's where the deck could get kind of fun, is things like Trumpeting Gnar and Migratory Greathorn and Gemrazor and things like that, copying them and using the copies to our benefit. We're also playing a few birds, not too many, because I think the birds in Arena aren't as good as they are on like Commander, besides maybe like Ledger Shredder. You know, in Commander we get things like Birds of Paradise and that kind of thing as well. So they are a little bit more hard hitting, but I think Ledger Shredder is something that could be very good in Historic Brawl on Arena. So Tawnos in Historic Brawl, let's get it rocking. This is my first time playing Tawnos, so the list is not going to be perfect. The list is not going to be optimized or anything like that. This is my first time playing with it. This is a deck that I think will be fun to have for the future. So this is a list that I'd like to keep around, but let's see if we can make it work. We're up against Go Shintai. Oh, what a fun deck. What a fun deck. So the current hand, we can keep up Decisive Denial as an option. We have the Wolf Willow Haven as well. So we do have a little bit of ramp. Decisive Denial, of course, would be great to counter Go Shintai and get them off their plan. Nope, it says non-creature. All right, so maybe we can make a way to maybe we can find a way to keep them that way. We'll do the source, do the adventure on the Lovestruck Beast. We can copy it later, but let's get that started so we can get that down later. We'll just do the Wolf Willow now. I doubt we'll be able to play anything good with the Denial this turn. This will set us up to hopefully get something good in next turn. Yep, we couldn't have countered that even if we wanted to with the Denial, since it does say non-creature. No intention to block the 1/3 there. Okay. This would get a command tower down, this would get the Arcane Signet down. That would get us 2 mana. There's nothing we could do with the 2 mana besides Decisive Denial. I guess that's where we leave it for now. We do need to get that mana going. Next turn, we could see the Baloth come down. We could play the Lovestruck Beast. We could go for the Roiling Regrowth. I did realize Decisive Denial does also, you can also fight, which could be interesting. I'm half thinking about fighting this Boundless Vigor now, getting it out of the way. And eliminating some of the shrines that they actually have as far as future cards go. That could have been a dumb decision, but Lovestruck Beast just can't attack if you don't have another 1/1. It says nothing about blocking, so we're going to get it down there as a blocker. And next turn, we probably should have focused on that Rolling Regrowth, but that's okay. I think we've still got plenty of time to make some decisions. Go Shintai is unfortunately just one of those decks where you either keep up or you die. It kind of stinks because as much as I really, really like playing Go Shintai, it's just a mess to deal with. It gums the board up quick, and then once it gets too far ahead, there's not much outside of Mass Bounce that can Stop it. We'll let Goshintai hit in there. Not much I can think to do there. All right, we see the 5th mana. We can Tawnos, but then there'd be nothing I can do with it. If I regrowth, they come in tapped. So I still couldn't do anything with it. I guess I could put the Dasher down, the Octopus down. So let me think about this. If I regrowth now, I do go up a land. If I Tawnos now, it probably just gets removed, right? Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do, but okay. I guess we'll try to get this Gargaroth down next turn or the Baloth down next turn. That wasn't what I intended to do, but it is what we did. I was trying to think that out. Maybe we should have done Octopus in the regrowth, but now we don't have a choice. Field of Ruin on the Hall of Storm Giants. Yeah, that's about to be expected. We need to go get a blue just to keep our options open. I'm very intrigued to see what we see here. Cycling a Shark Typhoon for the Shark. Oh, I can mutate this. Yeah, we'll put it on Love Struck Beast. Under. Oh, I just forgot the abilities are removed, aren't they? That didn't make much sense. Oh, well. All right, well, let's copy another Gargaroth. We most certainly want to. It's not legendary. And then we'll wait. They both have reach. They are both big boys with reach. This is the kind of thing I'm hoping we can use to counteract this Goshintai and hopefully get it under control. They bring the Shark Typhoon back, which is completely okay. The copy is not capped per turn, so that's a good thing to know. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could get 2 5/5 Hydras. We could gain 8 life. We could amass twice. Let's try this. That's going to amass us a token. That's going to come in, amass us another token. And then we'll leave the regrowth up. What I want to do is get to swinging. Let's make a 3/3, and let's draw a card. We're going to gum up the board. We got 2 6/6s rolling. Hopefully they don't block, but they might. I mean, they have trample, so they're going to get smacked by these two. I'm hoping is they'll use that shrine to block, cut down the amount of shrines they have. So right now they're taking 6, 10, just 10. And I'm okay with that. We'll get the snow-covered island down. Everything inside me wants to dump this down, but I have a gut feeling we're walking into a board wipe, so I won't. I want to be able to have some things to deploy if the board wipe comes out here. They have to put the board wipe up now. They're in a world of hurt if they don't. Yeah, we see the farewell come out. The cool part is their farewell token will get killed in the process. We will sack the snow-covered island. Just get the lands in the process. So everything's going, and so are the artifacts. Yeah, we'll work the commands out. Search of Greatness. Okay. So I can Feral Hydra for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's do that. The Feral Hydra down, at least give me a threat. Search of Greatness, I doubt they have anything in their hand. 7. Unless they had like Chromatic Orrery or something like that, but clearly they don't. Against 10 mana. All right, well, we have the Stream of Sharks to deal with now, and I have a feeling that Borrowed Time might be the end. One Farewell. one farewell. What a bummer. We still technically got time. I'm just kind of worried that, I was going to say, at this point, they don't even really need to remove my creatures. They just need to go wide with sharks if they're smart. The sharks are going to keep hitting me in the air, and they choose not to. Well, we'll get the Baloth down. I mean, I get that the Changeling has Shark, or the Changeling has Reach, but my thought process is you give one up to get the 5 damage in there. You have to force yourself into a good situation, right? Because if you're going to just continue to play enchantments and continue to get sharks, you're willing to give up 1 shark to... I guess I could have washed away that. Now that I think about it, Sanctum Weaver would have been a good idea to wash away. It's a bummer, now that I think about that. We'll do this. I guess it keeps wash away up. Doesn't really matter. I think, unfortunately, we have lost this one, so we're going to scoop this one up. What a bummer. Okay, yeah, I mean, we tried. We got close, for sure. So let's keep it rocking. I think this is one of those decks that I think over time, I'll probably get the ratios right. You know, creatures to removal to, you know, counter spells, that kind of thing. It's tough in Simic sometimes to fully understand the ratios and what you should have for cards and what you shouldn't. So this is one of those things I expect to get better over time. Meld Urza. This should be fun. We see a 2-lander. Got to mull that one, especially when I don't have any blue. Here we see the Awaken the Woods, which is cool. But I think we're looking to explore on turn 2 here. Get the Explorer down. Oh, so much me wants to do this for 2. But I have a gut feeling that it's just going to get countered. Here we can counter a artifact or enchantment spell. Or return a creature to the hand. So I guess if they dump Urza, we could always bounce Urza back. Ooh, we'll happily counter that one. I guess me. Yeah, Midnight Clock is one of those cards we definitely want to counter. Giving someone the ability to reset their hand after, 6 turns in Historic Brawl is definitely not something we want to do. We'll give that Vigilance at the moment. Oh, and they scoop it up. All right, we will take it. Yeah, cool. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Midnight Clock is one of those cards that you just want to take out on sight if you can. It's one of those cards that just tends to give too much value over time, especially when you need it. So the thing there was probably that there was a player who needed it to get them moving, right? Get them started in the process. And just by countering it, you know, not much you could do. I guess they felt like maybe after that draw, they didn't have enough to get going. They could have still dropped Urza there. They had enough mana, but maybe they felt like that wasn't going to be enough. So we will take it. I mean, you never quite know what a well-timed spell can do. We get Prosper. Prosper's a great commander, a lot of fun. I've played a little bit of Prosper in Commander. I haven't really ever tried it on Arena. We do have the turn 3 Harrow, but the bad part is this comes in tap, this comes in tap. Do we switch the hand? Or do we hope we hit it in stride? Because it's tap, tap, turn 3 on, and then sack one of them to get the 2 basics. Okay, I like that a lot better. We have the Wolf Willowhaven on 2, or the Decisive Denial on 2. We have the Joint Exploration on 3 if we want to do that. We see Dark Ritual, so they're going right into Prosper. See Blood Crypt. I feel like I gotta just get this down. Get this ramp going. This is the Dark Ritual off in the fresh 7 is not good. Prosper is one of those cards that once it starts getting set up, can be a lot of fun to deal with. Gets in for the 1. We reveal another land. See, I kind of want the Joint Exploration. I guess I could cycle the 1 through the Aura 5. I guess I could just foretell this because I could use that next turn or a turn or two from now. We do need to get something down to stop the attacks because they're now going to be up to 3 treasures and they're going to use those to their advantage. We do really need to get something in and moving. Light up the stage. They can play the Key to the Archive and the lands. They're going to get, what, 4 treasures this turn at this rate? This is bad. The Archive comes in, gets them 2 more treasures. Could come in and have it. No, I can't have it fight because it won't live. I could have it fight Zorn if I think that that's the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're still 1 mana off Valrun's Epiphany. They play the Alayla re-up. Yeah, we probably need to. Problem is I can't fight it, but we can at least try to find some removal. Maybe we could draw River's Rebuke. I don't mind the Garruk's Harbinger. A hexproof from black seems half decent. We can get it down, at least get ourselves a blocker. I mean, they still have removal. They still have mana for removal, so we can't assume that it's going to live the turn, but we can at least find out. We do now have enough mana for Alrund's Epiphany, which might be the thing to help us kind of get ourselves back and moving. Direfleet Daredevil. Getting the Joint Exploration. Chandra comes down and just kills Garruk's Uprising, or Garruk's Harbinger, but that's not what they choose to do. I guess they still can, can't they? Yeah, so that's clearly their plan. They get another treasure. Jeez, this one might be over. I mean, having hexproof from black doesn't really save. I was gonna say it doesn't really save me all that much. It stops them from using removal, but well, at least they already played their land this turn. Oh man. That doesn't help me much. Wow. That's bad. That's very bad. And now I can't play. Yeah, and now I can't play Alrund's Epiphany. Yeah, that one's over. We don't need to watch the last turn. Wow. That was okay. Wow. I wish we would have gotten a better start there, but that's okay. Again, we're learning lessons. Maybe we need a couple more counter spells, but the problem with a couple more counter spells in a 100-card deck is we're not even guaranteed to see them. Like if I go in and I add 2 more counter spells, I might not even be guaranteed to see them. So we will move onward. against Tadiobus. We should have a good shot here at staying. Good shape. We do have the Cultivate. Okay. I like the Cultivate here. That could be a good start. Sinister Reflection seems interesting. Seems like it could be an interesting card, but I mean, our goal, I guess, here is cultivating. Hopefully we can stay on pace. If we don't, then... All right, Masked Vandal on 2. That'll at least get us something onto the battlefield. Unless we draw something to change our minds, with which we don't, we will get the Masked Vandal down. Would love for this to get countered. Just get a card out of their hand. What are they going to do? Bounce it? Okay, I was going to say, I just wonder why this stopped there. Tireless Provisioner. Ooh, I kind of like Settle the Wilds a little more. I see Garruk Unleashed. Yep, no need to attack. I guess we could cultivate there. I like getting down the I love getting the Seek permanent there with Settle the Wilds. Even though it probably wasn't the best thing in the world, at least it is something. Oracle Baldia. Okay, so there's probably a good chance we can escape out with some removal here. There's going to generate a ton of value, but that's okay. Hopefully they have no removal. Hopefully they have no interaction. They just have lands to play. That's the hope. Okay, I think they still have... no, they use both their land plays. Cool. All right, Bark Chillin on the green side. We should be able to play both this and this. So I'm thinking we Bloodline Pretender first. This is going to get us 2 copies. So let's pick yes. First one, we're going to say Beast. And this one, we're going to say Bird. We want one of each of them. Then we're going to Aven Eternal. We're going to copy it. Oh, they're armies. I didn't even think about that. And no need to attack. All right, we've got a solid board built up now. Kind of like the idea of Sinistering Reflections on our turn. Ooh, Green Warden. Thankfully, no lands in their graveyard. So we do have... but it's going to double up their landfall triggers. They have one more land play, at least for the moment. It's a lot of treasure. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with all of the treasure. We're in a good spot at the moment. I can use Sinister Reflections to get a couple of these 2 back and play them again. Generate some more value. Just intrigued to see what it is that their game plan is here. Growth Spiral. Just going to put another land in, get them some more treasure, some more life, and some more draws. We are what? 1 mana. We get a good game. Okay. I would say we're 1 mana away from... We're 1 mana away from Craterhoof. I wonder why good game. I mean, yes, you're going to get all of your Tadiova triggers, but you have no way to damage me at the moment. Because at this point, yes, they can, would they sack 8 or 9 lands? They're going to come in, get a bunch more treasure, and draw them a bunch more cards, but they're not technically infinite on mana. So, I mean, there is a possibility that they... Oh, I guess they could Splendid Wreck them back, get all the treasures. Yeah, we're in trouble. Maybe they time out. I don't know. Maybe that's our hope. They time out, but we may be dead here. The only good part about Arena is the game has to step these through. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world that it can't just. I have no response. I can't have any response. Why it doesn't just do them quicker. Maybe we can get a timeout here where they can't actually finish their turn because they have to finish all of their triggers. That's kind of the bad part about Tadiova on Brawl is that you now have to step through all of these triggers and you have to let them go. That's a lot of treasures. I have a gut feeling we're dead, but I'm kind of intrigued to see what their plan is. That was what I thought their plan was, so I'm intrigued to see what happens now. Can we actually get them to time out with all of these triggers? And I guess the question is, what is my plan? I have no idea what my plan is at this point. Is they're going to go up to what, 50, 70, what, 80 life probably when all this is said and done? Even a Crater Hoof at this point doesn't actually win me the game. Maybe they deck themselves? No. I see Hydrate Crisis. I see Ulamog. Jeez, this is a fun list. Is there even anything left for those to go get? Crater Hoof, yep. Crater Hoof can't even do it. Doesn't give him trample. Kind of want to see where this goes, to be honest. I mean, we've lost the game at this point, but I'm kind of interested to see how high they can go. What a time to just top deck a River's Rebuke, right? 49 mana. I imagine they would Crater Hoof win here, right? Because you just have to keep... Oh, okay. Well, the Jace does it. Yeah. And now all they have to do is just keep drawing. Keep putting lands down. Keep drawing. Man, what a game. Just goes to show you. Tadiova, yeah. What a deck. All right. Sometimes I like to watch people play it out. Because people will just say good game and people will scoop as soon as people say good game. Sometimes it's fun to just let people actually play it out and see what happens. We move on. Playing against Mishra. This is the ward sacrifice a permanent artifacts you have unearthed. Mishra, so we do need to be a little careful. I don't really love this hand. I wish we had more ramp. Yeah, I guess it is technically more ramp. Pardon me. So that's cool. All right, we got some of our mutate cards this time. We'll explore. Get that down. I kind of like to just foretell this Allrun's Epiphany. Get it out of the way and get it ready to go. Because I feel like if we get Thoughtseize or something like that, that might be what they're going to go for. Let's foretell it, get it out of the way. So I would say next turn, let's look to get Tawnos down, but I really don't know that I can. I worry that it just gets killed. If we put it down, it's just going to get killed. We're what? 2 turns away from the Epiphany. I think the Epiphany might be the only way we can get it safely down. Man. This deck went off. 7 in the air. Take 2 on our upkeep. Not much I can think of that gets me out of this. I mean, a River's Rebuke would be fantastic, but even that doesn't even save me. It just buys me time. Yeah, I think we got to scoop this one up. Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say on that one. I don't know what to say on that. That was rough. That was bad. Okay. I'm interested to see. I just want to make sure. Do I have like the River's Rebuke type stuff in this deck? I do not. That might be the kind of thing that might be worth throwing in to help us out. Okay, so clearly we need to look through removal because we do not have a ton of it. So that is, I guess, the game plan for next time. All right, that's the game plan for the next time I play the deck, is to look through removal because clearly we don't have much of it. But hey, these are the things you learn when you play decks, right? You learn whether you have these tools or not by trying. Okay, we got the Settle the Wilds on 3. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen Oglor before. What are we getting? Opt, consider. Whenever a creature card is put in the graveyard from your library or hand, you perpetually gains when this card leaves your graveyard and make a 2/2 tap. It's a zombie pre-construction. Interesting. So it's what, like self-mill? So yeah, I guess this is like what, like a self-mill deck? It's kind of interesting. I'm intrigued as to what their game plan is. A self-mill deck. Maybe I'm just not. I cannot for the life of me think of what the game plan is here. What's the end game of a self-mill deck in blue? Let's get this out here and give it reach, I guess. What is the end game here? My hope with sticking this is then I can cast Tawnos off the -2 and have it live. And be able to use the ability to go try to get something from the library, but just realizing that Gargoyle can't attack. We only have one card in our graveyard. Okay, so I can cast Tawnos off of this Vivian, and we can go try to get something interesting here. Kind of thinking Quest EB. Give us... That's not what I clicked. Cool. That's fun. That's definitely not what I clicked, but okay, that's cool. That's fine, I guess. At least it's a creature. We'll go with it. I'd love to get this Itlamok down. Scrying Rights, get it flipped. We see the Changeling on top. That gets milled. We got Gilded Goose on top, which would get copied. So what? It's supposed to be like a Disturb commander? And then what? They get the tokens because they left their graveyard? Yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. I see some of what they're trying to go for here. I could copy the Oddity. I think we copy the Thragtusk, right? Gilded Goose. Make another 3/3, give it reach. All right, so we're getting our board wide here. We're still probably one trample. We probably need, we need the Crater Hoof and raise for unders. Swell. What do we do now? I guess Gilded Goose. I guess this, make our 3/3 with reach. And then we're going to lose a card, I guess. Kelby Guide seems like it could be important, but it's kind of my least favorite at the moment. Now these gargoyles can attack. I'm intrigued to see what's their win con. Just attacking at this point. Size of Denial on top. Is the game plan just mill me out? Is the game plan like do the self mill thing? I'm trying to figure out what their game plan is. Does it go wide? Like, Otawara to bounce the reach. So are we going after Vivian then? We are going after Vivian. Do we save Vivian at this point? I can block one of them. Yeah, I don't see the point of saving Vivian at this point. Is another 3/3 base token worth saving Vivian is the question. I could play Tawnos. But that would be it. I'd only have 3 mana. I could play Garruk and Oddity. I could play Garruk and Baloth. I could play going right to Itlamok and Thragtusk. So we're getting hit for what, 15 in the air? I guess we could block with Gilded Goose, but I think we tap it for Thragtusk. So now where we see a counterspell. So the hold there could be this Rivulet. That could be the hold that was, that's holding this up right now. So they do have enough mana to sacrifice it. All right, Growing Rites of Itlamok flips into Itlamok Cradle of Sun. That's great. That's going to help us out. I'd like to come in. We would have enough mana to get Tawnos down and get the Morite down. Morite, comes in as a copy of Thragtusk? But the problem is I really need air blockers to block those gargoyles. If I do that, gains me 10 life. I get a couple more bodies on the ground, but what's my plan after that? Might be even able to get Oddity down and flip it. That'd be 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I could actually flip it. That makes them a bunch of tokens, right? Is that my plan? Dump the oddity and flip it? That could be a way to do it. I would love to get the Morite down, but maybe that's the plan. Dump the oddity and flip it. And try to get maybe that's the plan. Dump the oddity, flip it. They all get trample, and maybe we try to push through for. That would be 5, 6, 7, 8, which would be enough to flip this oddity. The flipped oddity gives everything +1/+1 trample and haste. I could also do this and then put the Morite. I think I'm going to do this first. Morite comes in, and we want to copy it. It's going to come in as a copy of Thragtusk. It's going to come in as a copy of Thragtusk. Oh, it's legendary. But that'll get me a beast and some more life. Oh, we have spare mana from the Wolf Willow Haven. All right, well, we'll get it down. Or we have spare mana from the Cradle of the Sun. Okay, so the plan for next turn is to get Ulvenwald Oddity down and flip it. We should be able to survive even if they attack with the gargoyles. I don't see anything in their graveyard they can use to bounce my field. Again, unless they top deck a River's Rebuke, I don't see anything they can do to bounce my field. So they just have a giant attack. Let me think about this. If I dump the oddity and flip it, it becomes an 8/8. All of these guys have trample, so we really need them to full swing. That would be 8. Oh, I could actually get Oddity and Baloth down. They both get copied, and then flip. Use the Sun to flip. The Oddity at this point. I think that's the plan. Let's try it. Take action. We're just gonna gain life here. Now I want the Oddity. Copy it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 creatures. If I do this, does that actually give me enough mana? Oh, 9. Sweet. Okay, we conjure the 9 into our library. Okay, if I flip this, that's 3, 6. That becomes an 8, so that's 9, 15. We probably just have to, right? If anything big enough to kill any of them at this point. They have something big enough for Gilded Goose. They can't kill Tawnos unless they double block, so we will hold it back. But let's... oh, and they scoop it up. Yes, man. We came back in that one. Man, I was so worried. I was so worried there for a little bit that we were not going to be able to find a way back. We just managed to hold in there. Man, what a game. Those are the kind of games that make it fun to play Brawl. Those games where you're not even sure if you're going to win. You just feel like you might be dead in the water, and then you manage to find a way to come back. Man, that was a really good game. Winota. Oh man, still hurts. I love Winota, but it got nerfed. No longer look at the top 6 per non-human creature. It's now just only once. This is a deck I'd like to come back to because I think it probably gets better. It's probably better rooted for Duke Alder, Raven Garden, stuff like that now. Probably get a little better with Winota now than they were before. And they scoop it up. All right, I guess we'll take it. Didn't really have much of a good plan there, but I guess they didn't like the hand. So we'll happily take the win. All right, let's rock one more Tawnos game for Thursday Night Brawl. Hopefully we get a good game, but if not, it is what it is. Next week, we are doing well, I feel like this could be a fun Easter egg to start giving at the end of the video. See how many people get this far and how many people care. Next week we're going to be playing Blue White Urza for Thursday Night Brawl. There was just an event in Arena, if you guys play Arena, and we got to do kind of a brawl little event, and they had an Urza deck that was. I'm going to do this and pick land. They had an event where you could play Urza or Mishra, different things, and play some brawls. And there was an Urza deck that was vehicles. And I thought it was kind of interesting. Now, building the deck, I realized that I did not have as many wild cards as I would have hoped. But that's okay. We're still going to have a ton of fun with it. I don't even know that I've ever seen a Karn sign of Urza deck. So, 3-mana creature, nope. Guess let's go Growing Rites of Etlamok. Let's try to get a creature. Gotta get the Great Horn. Try to see if we can get this. Get the Parcel Beast down. Get the Great Horn down. Ooh, Nettlesis. That's not the best for us. We'll get Parcel Beast down. Shore Shark's 4. Great Horn's 3. So we can get the Great Horn down and get the land next turn. Might in the Weak Stone. Are they going to give it? Oh, okay. I was like, are they going to give this -5/-5? Oh, that's a Metalwork Colossus. We're getting hit for 12. Do we even have any out? We won't have any out even if we don't. Great Horn. Yeah, I don't think I have any outs here. Man, what a bummer. Well, thank you guys so much for watching Thursday Night Brawl, and I will catch you next time.